All right, 3.5.18. Waterworks is a company that manufactures and sells paddle boards. I like paddle boards. Kind of like kayak a little better, get a sip. Sounds good for your balance. Anyway, its profit P and hundreds of dollars earned is a function of the number of paddle boards sold X, measured in thousands. So X is the number of paddle boards in thousands. So if X were like a 2, that means we're selling 2,000 paddle boards. And then profit is modeled by the function P of X equals, and we have that polynomial there. What do the zeros tell you in this? So my profit, the zeros, that's like my Y. So if the profit is 0, the answer is X. When they ask for zeros, that's like the Y, right? And so that would be like saying this P of X is 0. So it would be saying when your profit is 0. So that would be telling me like when, sometimes they call it a break-even point, when I don't lose money, but I don't make money either. So what do the zeros of the function tell you about them? That would tell me what I make profit, when I make profit. So in order to make a profit, Waterworks must produce more than and fewer than what number of paddle boards. So in this problem, yes, we could jump over and use our Desmos type of program. But if you are saying, take that equation, the negative 4x cubed plus 40x squared minus 84x, hopefully the very first thing I notice is that there's a factor of x in all those. So if you factor that out and end up, well, I believe the 4 will divide into each of those as well. So give us some smaller numbers. So this would just be x squared, right? Negative 4x times x squared is negative 4x cubed. If we factor a negative out of this positive, that'll leave a negative because a negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 10 would make my 40, and x times another x to get that x squared. And then I factored this minus out of there, subtraction from there, so that'll be a addition or plus there. And 4 times 21, I believe, is 84. Yeah. And then it would look like that. So on this one, if your factoring skills are very good, it might be actually faster. I mean, I'm explaining all this as I go, just in case somebody's watching. Because 21, I'm thinking 3 and 7 are gonna be negative 3 times negative 7 makes a positive, but when you add the negative 3x and the negative 7x together, you're gonna get the negative 10x here in the middle. So this one would be when x is 0. In here, when does x minus 3 equal 0? When x is 3. And then in here, when does x minus 7 equal 0? When x is 7. All right, so those would be my 3 zeros. If you think about it as a graph, I don't need the negative side of that graph actually, do I? Everything, we can't make a negative number of paddle boards. So if you think about that being your axes right there. We had one at 0. We had a 0 or a root or an x-intercept at 3, and one over here at 7. And remember what the problem said? That these x's are in thousands, didn't I say? So this really represents like 3,000 paddle boards and 7,000 paddle boards. And because there's a negative out in front, normally a cubic should be coming from below, but that negative in front is gonna make it dip down here, come back up there, and then go back down on that side. So where on this graph, P is like your Y, that's your profit. So where are we actually making money? Where are we making a profit? Right up there. So between 3,000 and 7,000, so those would be the two answers, I would put in these two spots. 3,000, more than 3,000 paddle boards, but less than 7,000. Again, if you plug that into Desmos to help you get that graph, like we've demonstrated multiple times before. I guess I could go do that quickly. I've been having a rough time this morning sharing my screens correctly, but here we go. So I don't think I wrote the equation down. I better go back again. I have to go get that. So it was negative 4x cubed plus 40x squared minus 84x for that problem. And then in my, boy, see, here's what I'm talking about. I don't remember what I'm sharing with you right now. I am still on your Desmos screen. So then I'm going to, on the Desmos screen, change those to a negative 4x cubed plus, hello, plus 40x squared minus 84x negative x negative, we'll check your work, negative 4x cubed plus 40x squared minus 84x. And so you see your 0, your 3, and your 7, remembering those represented in the thousands. And so that would be the same solution that we got using the other method.